When you start your journey as a prepper, there is so much to learn and it can be overwhelming. I always felt like I had to get everything as soon as possible. Add to that, especially if you watch YouTube videos, I always felt like I was so far behind because most preppers don't talk about how long it's taken them to get to the point they're at. Looking back, there are several insights and tips that would have definitely made the beginning smoother and more efficient. So here are some key tips I wish I'd known sooner. Always have a plan for getting home. If an SHTF situation occurs while you're away at work or elsewhere, having a planned route to get back home safely is crucial. And this plan should include multiple routes in case some are impassable. And don't forget to include a plan for the possibility of having to walk home. Prepare for every eventuality. Don't just plan for one scenario. Be ready to either stay put or leave, depending on the situation. Flexibility in your plans means you're more likely to adapt successfully to whatever challenges arise. Test your gear before you need it. There is nothing worse than gear failing when it matters most. Always test your new gear yourself to ensure it works, rather than finding out it's defective in an emergency. Diversify your supplies. When buying multiples of essential items, look for different brands or types. This way, if one product has a flaw, it's less likely that all your items will share the same issue. Take baby steps with DIY projects. Large projects can be very scary and expensive. Break them into smaller, manageable tasks to avoid stress and burnout, and big holes in your wallet. Don't rely solely on weapons for safety. Having a stockpile of guns and ammunition is definitely one aspect of preparedness, but avoiding the conflict altogether is almost always going to be the safer, smarter option. Utilize those gray man tactics to blend in and avoid drawing attention. Maintain your physical fitness. Staying in shape is vital, as physical fitness can greatly impact your ability to handle stressful situations and to perform necessary tasks. Keep your preps private. Especially when you're starting out, it is wise not to brag about your preparations. People will remember, and in a dire situation, this will probably make you a target. Don't forget about your pets. In your emergency planning, don't forget about the needs of your animals. They'll need food, water, and care just like any other family member. Prioritize hygiene and sanitation. Maintaining cleanliness is crucial for preventing illness. Hygiene and sanitation are just as important as any shiny new gadget. Value skills over gear. Investing time in learning skills and gaining more knowledge often proves more valuable than purchasing the latest equipment. Spread out your supplies. Don't keep all your resources in one place. Having multiple storage locations can prevent a total loss in case one is compromised. Store a variety of foods. While, of course, canned goods are staples, they often contain high levels of sodium and other stuff. Include a variety of food types in your storage to meet different needs and ensure nutritional balance. Store foods you will eat. It does not help to have a stockpile of food that your family hates. Store items that are palatable to ensure they're consumed if needed. Anyone want 80 pounds of dehydrated broccoli? Avoid using milk jugs for water storage. Milk jugs can degrade quickly and they're prone to leaks. Use proper water storage containers to ensure your water supply remains safe and usable. Be financially smart. Don't spend all your money at once, especially on expensive gear, without covering the basics first. Start by living below your means to save for necessary supplies. Even if it's just a few dollars to begin with, every little bit you don't spend will help you in the long run. I mean, do you really need that $5 coffee? Can't you just pack a lunch instead of spending money at a fast food restaurant? Involve your household. While not everyone may share your enthusiasm for prepping, it is beneficial to involve them in the planning process. Each person's skills can prove valuable, and having everyone on board makes implementation smoother. The hardest part of this, from what I've seen and heard, is that typically it is the spouse who's not on board. This can be extremely stressful, with arguments about spending and beliefs and worldviews creating a divide. First, remember you love this person, and you do want them to survive with you. The best way to deal with all of this is not to force your beliefs on your household. Instead of SHTF, try discussing emergency scenarios. By discussing plans and preparations as ways to deal with unforeseen emergencies, which is a lot like many emergency management agencies suggest, you normalize the concept of prepping for those who don't want to believe in possible SHTF situations. Be open to multiple strategies. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to prepping. Be open to different methods and strategies, like bugging in or bugging out, depending on the situation. And always be willing to learn. Having a desire to look for new information and learning possibilities, even from sources you might initially consider unlikely, can be tough for those who are set in their ways. Valuable insights can come from anywhere, and adapting new knowledge can significantly enhance your preparedness and your survival skills. No one knows everything, and there's always someone out there who has a way to do something you've never seen or a bit of knowledge you weren't aware of before. This is one of the biggest reasons I created this channel, to bring together people to share all those bits of information, not just my own opinions and knowledge. Whether it's a 24-year-old young man who has been hunting and processing meat since he was 8, who shows you a super easy way to skin a rabbit, or it's a 54-year-old woman who explains why you shouldn't eat rabbit every day. Everyone has knowledge you don't have about something. By understanding these tips earlier, I could have avoided some common pitfalls and streamlined my own preparations. Remember, the goal of prepping is not just to survive, but to do so as efficiently and effectively as possible.